infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, I'm sorry, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now aren't. They're not doing anything. They're not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Hello everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. There's been a lot of talk lately with all the crazy things that have been happening. And the possibility that something might get worse and worse as some type of elaborate scheme. And whoever's behind it, which a lot of people are suspecting aliens. Now, if anybody has any kind of information pertaining to their personal experience with being abducted, or I mean, of course, a lot of stories are too sensitive, you know. Like, it was hard to tell my story about my about what happened to me concerning with my grandmother and stuff like that. And I do plan, hopefully in the future, to go into detail, even though it's very traumatic and just downright disgusting. And I try hard not to think about it because it does piss me off, because it ruined my life and not completely, but to a degree and stuff like that. Anyways, there seems to be, with all the things that have been happening and then the negative energy that surrounds it, I think we're being fed off by these beings. Now, there's different types of grays and some even insectoids and stuff like that. And there's people, like, I even remember one time when I was laying in bed and I couldn't move. One of those sleep paralysis type of things. And when I was laying on my side, I saw what appeared to look like an alien gray, just like the picture that you saw earlier in this video. And he tried to do something to the side of my head. I said some kind of incantation, which is not Christian, but I can't say exactly what it is that I said to defend myself. But I was able to break out of my paralysis, and then these grays, in which they were wearing cloaks also at the same time, but their faces were glowing white, but it looked exactly the same as that in that picture. They disappeared into the walls. They're not demons, okay? They're not spiritual beings or anything like that. They're actually real biological flesh and blood creatures. But whatever they have on them, they're able to move through solid matter because their technology is so advanced. Anyways, they disappeared into the wall, and I just only saw them for about 2 seconds before they vanished completely. And I know there's people out there who have something similar to that, or with the whole abduction scenario, and I just want to hear it. You know, there's no obligation. This is just a request for anybody who has any real serious type of story do you want to share with me, and with, of course, with the public if they wish to, or just a personal one to me, I guess. And to know that with all the crazy things that have been happening with the riots, the Kyle Rittenhouse shootings, and making things even worse, and this pandemic that's going on, and people getting in all this civil unrest, I'm just wondering if these creatures are actually behind it, feeding off as much negative energy as possible. Now, I don't know if this is true. This is just, a suspicion wise. So it seems to be leaning towards that because of my personal experience with my sleep paralysis that I used to have years ago, and I just wanted to know if there's any kind of connection between all of this. Because if it is true, then that means that they want people to become more crazy. People will start fighting amongst themselves. There's going to be more violence, and whatever scary shit just that might happen in the future. So these creatures can feed more and more off of us. So it's like a frequency war. We're trying so hard to be happy. We don't want any kind of bad vibes to bring us down. We just simply don't. And furthermore, we can't afford to be cynical. We're better than that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Questions or comments, you know what to do. And please, if you have a story do you think that's relevant, please share it. There's no obligation. But if you want to, please do. And this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care.